This video is sponsored by Gallery Books, publisher of Halo books based on the legendary franchise. Their latest book is Halo: Shadows of Reach, a Master Chief story by Troy Denning. Shadows of Reach is available now wherever books are sold, and if you're near a Walmart store, you can grab a special edition with a bonus short story entitled Sacrifice. Check the link below for more details. Welcome back, Canonites. Halo Infinite is set to debut the latest iteration of Mjolnir, Generation 3 or Gen 3. Originally set to release barely a month before the game, the latest novel, Halo: Shadows of Reach, reveals several more details about the armor and its functions. While much of these are certain to stay within the realms of the expanded fiction, today I thought it would be fun to do a detailed breakdown of Mjolnir Gen 3, everything we know so far, including some theories about what we might see translated into gameplay in Halo Infinite. Now, this will all be taking information from Shadows of Reach, but only stuff related to Mjolnir armor, so nothing story related. If you don't want to hear even those details, or discover them for yourself upon reading the book, click away now. For everyone else though, here's a detailed look at the latest generation of Mjolnir, from the inside out and top to bottom. Starting things out are of course the varying underlayers of Mjolnir armor, where much of the power and different types of protection originate from. While unconfirmed as of yet, the armor likely has the standard inner skin suit that Mjolnir has had since the earliest iterations of the armor, made from a moisture-absorbing synthetic material. Atop that is what's called the hydrostatic gel layer, a gel-filled layer that, in combination with the skin suit, controls the suit's temperature and actively changes to conform to the wearer's body. This is done via an onboard environmental computer and the user's own neural interface. These features in particular make Mjolnir armor as comfortable as a second skin. The gel layer, which is confirmed in Shadows of Reach, can be pressurized to varying degrees to increase a wearer's survivability. For example, when experiencing high G-forces, the gel can automatically pressurize to keep a wearer's blood from pooling in their legs, which would cause the wearer to pass out, even a Spartan. In another example, the hydrostatic gel, in combination with Mjolnir's energy shields, can allow a user to easily survive a 300-meter fall, even if previously injured, the gel overpressurizing to absorb the impact. This will leave a user temporarily immobile as the gel depressurizes, though this only lasts a few seconds. The Gen 1 Mark V platform was able to allow several Spartans to survive a 2,000-meter drop, though not without injury and a few deaths. In his Mark VI platform, the Master Chief was also able to survive a 2,000+ meter drop, albeit with a Forerunner door to help slow his fall via air resistance. After landing, his armor locked up to prevent further injury. The gel layer also plays a key role in the armor lockup system by changing its density to immobilize the suit. The next layer is the liquid metal crystal piezoelectric, a layer of artificial muscle. Electricity from the suit's integrated fusion reactor causes the liquid crystal to deform along a preferred axis, resulting in overall enhanced stability, speed, mobility, reaction time, and strength. Working in conjunction with the reactive circuits that tie directly to a Spartan's neural interlace, it is these layers that let Spartans perform feats like punching an over 2-ton Banshee out of the way, or move at speeds excessing 25 miles per hour, and those are just the casual feats. The way Mjolnir operates isn't so much a clear operator drives machine situation. There's feedback between the operator and the various systems, each supporting the other. When he first wore his Mjolnir armor, John's first action was to move his arm merely by thinking about it, which it did. So in other words, the armor platform can, for lack of a better phrase, move the user. What this means is that the reactive circuits can fully take over if the wearer needs, be it to move an injured limb or lock it in place. Atop these inner layers is a titanium nanocomposite bodysuit, which fans may more commonly refer to as the tech suit. Made of a titanium-based material, it is strong yet flexible, offering protection from projectile and plasma weaponry without restricting a Spartan's range of motion. And of course, atop all of this are the titanium alloy plates that make up the more iconic part of Mjolnir, the true armor portion of the suit. The outermost shell is a titanium alloy that traditionally is coated with a refractive covering to dissipate heat from Covenant plasma weapon fire. Though they appear restrictive, the plates can actually adjust themselves, minimizing any restrictions while providing maximum protection. Within and beneath these plates are numerous systems and technologies that allow Mjolnir to operate and provide Spartans with several useful tools to enhance their effectiveness in the field. Perhaps the most well-known are Mjolnir's energy shields. Projected from emitters across the body, Mjolnir's energy shielding were originally reverse-engineered from captured Jackal shield gauntlets, with improvements made in each generation of the armor that it was included with. Sitting just above that armor, the shield can dissipate energy across its surface upon impact, each hit draining the shield's power until it disappears. After a brief period, the shields will return. The shields are ever-present and surround Mjolnir all over, but are notably thinner at the hands and feet by default, allowing users to easily hold weapons and avoid losing traction when walking or running. Speaking of walking, Gen 3 Mjolnir introduces what seems to be a new system, sound-dampening soles, which, of course, reduces the sound of footsteps, allowing Spartans to be more stealthy. I'm not 100% certain that this is actually a new system, but I haven't been able to find any references to any sort of similar system in any of the books that I took a cursory glance at. So, it sounds like something new. Gen 3 features other new systems, such as a pulse sensor on the left ring finger, and more notably something that should be familiar to fans of the standard Spartan 3 spy armor, or SPI armor, passive camouflage. Its exact relationship to that technology is unclear, but the version seen on Gen 3 Mjolnir works via a nanofilament adaptive coating that continuously adjusts to the surrounding terrain, meaning a Spartan can effectively blend in with their surroundings. As of 2559, it's still in the prototype phases and has some notable drawbacks. For one, the faster one moves, the greater the blurring effect, and at full sprint, the system is more likely to cause a Spartan to stand out than blend in. It also increases Mjolnir's thermal signature by a full 2% and has the potential to create a magnetic signature spike. Moving on, Gen 3 of course features the magnetic weapon mounts of previous iterations, though in addition to simple weapons and ammo carrying, there's a new load hauling harness that clamps to the magnetic holds for increased carrying capacity. The new GRAPPLESHOT is used in Halo Shadows of Reach, though in a more realistic and practical fashion than we see in gameplay. It's still quite capable, able to carry Spartans over great distances, but Spartans are more likely to check that the line is secure before using it to scale something. That said, this is also 2559 and the Gen 3 armor is much newer, so maybe John's just not used to it yet. But again, gameplay, you know. When a user's body takes damage, Gen 3 will deploy BIOFOAM via an injection system first introduced with Gen 1 Mark 6. BIOFOAM is a general-purpose medical foam that can help stop bleeding and hemorrhaging, keep organs in place in the case of a serious injury, and act as a painkiller. The armor itself has self-directing auto-repair systems and a bypass system to keep each element of the armor operating at the maximum possible capacity. So even if a hole is blown in someone's Mjolnir armor, that doesn't necessarily mean that it will be compromised, at least not entirely. These seem to be an evolution of the auto-repair and bypass nodes that were introduced in Gen 1 Mark 6, and I imagine they may have been influenced by incidents such as Veda Lopes disabling Fred's Mjolnir armor by blowing the connection to its power control unit, though that's just my speculation. Equally, it could have been influenced by moments such as what happened to Gabriel Thorne during the Requiem campaign in 2558. While full repairs require the proper time and tools, a new system called a Portable Spartan Support Module, which can be dropped into the field as needed, can make fairly major repairs to damaged armor in the field and seems to allow Spartans to clean and field mend their wounds, which might imply that it's capable of removing sections of armor, though this is unconfirmed. Mjolnir is more than just armor, but acts as an environment suit, capable of being entirely sealed and operated in a vacuum or in conditions with poor air quality. In this case, the pressure seal keeps the wearer protected and the limited air supply keeps them alive. In the helmet is a whole host of hardware and software suites, all controlled by Mjolnir's onboard computer system and linked to the user's neural interface, allowing for quick and easy interaction, literally at a thought. Returning features include team status lights and health monitors, an integrated comm system with various channels, up to 4 times image magnification, and various visor modes that take advantage of the entire electromagnetic spectrum. New to Gen 3 is what's called Fused Mode Night Vision, which seems to allow Spartans to adjust what parts of the light spectrum are used to construct an image in low light situations. While development of Gen 3 began in late 2558, prior to the created Uprising and using the existing Mark 7 platform as a testbed, the version seen in Shadows of Reach has some AI counter-intrusion functions already built in. Notably, the operating system is partitioned to prevent even smart AI interference. While this certainly is useful given the current state of the galaxy, I can't help but imagine that developments on such systems may have started as far back as 2553, when Fred 104's Mjolnir was hijacked by a Forerunner AI named Intrepid Eye. A further surprise is that, at least in October of 2559, the system is operating off an upgraded version of the same onboard computer that ran the earliest iterations of Mark IV. And based on the most recent footage from Halo Infinite, it doesn't seem like the BIOS gets upgraded at all, as this screenshot from the July Step Inside trailer notes that the BIOS was last upgraded on September 19, 2559, a full month before this book. Whether the System Peril Distributed Reflex or Spider Counter-Intrusion software is present in October of 2559 isn't stated. All of these systems are powered by Mjolnir's Integrated Fusion Power Pack, which is found on the back of the suit. All in all, Mjolnir Gen 3 weighs a surprising 400 kilograms or 882 pounds. While still quite a lot, that's 53 kilograms or 118 pounds lighter than previous iterations of Mjolnir. Given how bulky the armor looks, that's impressive as it retains high levels of protection. And that should cover all that we know about Mjolnir Gen 3, at least for now. Sadly, none of the armors are designated in the book, though given that Chief wears Mark 6 Gen 3, it's not too much of a stretch to imagine that the rest of Blue Team are wearing variants of that same armor. But of course, this isn't where the video ends. I talked about gameplay implications at the beginning after all. While I doubt much of this will be present, there are some cool features that could make for interesting gameplay features. For example, let's start with that auto repair stuff and the portable Spartan support module. How cool would it be in, at least campaign, if Chief's armor could be damaged and while it would repair slowly over time, you could find these support modules in the world and quickly repair your armor? Or diving into the multiplayer side of things, what if there were something like a Dominion game mode where players have to hold bases, those bases having various technologies and weapons, such as the repair module? This would of course mean as well that armor damage would be a mechanic in this hypothetical game type. Another one that could be cool potentially is the passive camo. This one I doubt would come to multiplayer since I expect we'll see the classic active camo return, but what if this were one of the optional upgrades available in the campaign? Further, we've already seen a type of vision enhancement mode in the campaign footage, where a yellow wave scans the environment, highlighting fusion coils in the environment. Maybe something like this fused mode night vision could make an appearance as another campaign upgrade. Combine that with the earlier mentioned sound dampening souls and you have the makings of stealth capabilities in Halo. How awesome would that be? We already know that Infinite is going to have a day-night cycle on the ring, so how cool would it be to take full advantage of that with night vision and sound dampening? Oh. And swinging over to multiplayer for a second, I think it would be cool to have the sound dampening as a potential custom games option. Like, maybe creating an infection variant where the zombies don't make noise when they walk or something. I don't know, just kind of throwing ideas out there. To be clear though, I'm far from saying that gameplay features should be justified by lore. Absolutely not. Make a fun game first, then explain it if you need to. However, these explanations are just sitting there ready to use, so why not? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and thanks again to Gallery Books for sponsoring this video. Halo Shadows of Reach is in stores now. Check the link in the description box below for more details on where you can grab a copy, be it physical, digital, or audiobook. And of course, as always, stay awesome, Canonites. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, and if you really love me, hit that notification bell and leave a thumbs up. These both really help out the channel. I wouldn't be where I am now without your views and support, so once again, thank you. Keep on being awesome, Canonites.